I, 24 female, want to break up with my magician boyfriend, 27 male, due to his inappropriate magic trick. My boyfriend, 27 male, and I, 24 female, have been together for 1 year and 3 months. Our relationship has been very loving but has started to get bumpy ever since we moved in together for our 1-year anniversary. A little backstory. I'm in college right now pursuing my master's degree in archaeology while also working as a library clerk to earn money. Whereas my boyfriend works as a magician for parties and events. Despite our different career paths, I've never had a problem with his career choice because it makes him happy. He has always found a way to make every day magical, which has been sweet. About 9-ish months into our relationship, I had the opportunity to go on a 2-month archaeological excavation in another country for school. Despite us becoming long distance, he had no problem with me going and he was very happy for me. He would send me gifts, letters, and he even sent things for my colleagues in order to brighten up their days. While we were doing long distance, we made plans to move into an apartment when I got back due to how much we missed each other. And a few days after I returned we moved in together, which has been awful so far. Before living together we would see each other a few times a week due to my busy schedule, but now that we live together we see each other all the time. And he has started to do magic all the time. He will make my keys disappear as I'm trying to go to work or school. He tries to practice his card tricks on me while I'm doing homework. He makes the cleaning rag vanish when I ask him to clean, and he has recently done something that makes me want to end the relationship. I have never been in this serious of a relationship before, so I don't want to throw our loving relationship away just because of these bad few months. Last month we were getting steamy and he went down on me, which isn't unusual. While he was going down on me he was saying some dirty talk here and there. I was lost in the moment for obvious reasons, but I snapped out of it when he said, "Oh, how did that get in there?" And I watched him pull a coin from my crotch. He found the coin moment hilarious, but it just took me out of the moment and instantly made me annoyed, so we stopped. Later I told him that him doing the magic in the bedroom made me literally dry up, so I asked him to keep that kind of magic out of the bedroom. He explained to me that he was trying to make me laugh, have fun, and he didn't apologize for it. I talked with some of my friends about it and they thought it was funny, so I figured that I was overreacting and needed to lighten up a bit. But he didn't do any magic tricks in the bedroom for the next few weeks. However, 4 days ago we were having sex and he suddenly started to yell, "Ow." So I quickly got off of him and was asking what was wrong. He tells me, "I think there's something in you. Let me check." I laid on the bed like I was at the goddamn gyno because I trusted that if something was wrong then he would find it. After like 2 minutes he says, "Oh, here it is." And I watched as he was pulling up a long ribbon thing that kept going and going and going. It took a second for me to realize that it was one of his magic tools that he had purposely put in me while he was checking to see what he felt. He found it hilarious and couldn't stop laughing while he was pulling the string more and more. I ripped the thing out while doing it and I yelled at him for doing another magic trick like that even though I told him not to. He told me that he was just adding more fun to our sex life and that he wanted to see what the magic trick would look like if it was coming out from a crotch. The original magic trick involves putting the coil thing in your own mouth and pulling out the plastic string for a while. I was pissed off, so I made him go stay at his parents' house for past few days. This morning, I talked with him some more, but he still thinks that it's not a big deal. I get that he's a magician and that he loves magic, but I'm still upset about him breaking that boundary I had set. I'm fine with his magic tricks 85% of the time, but sex is where I draw the line. I am demisexual, so I need to have a strong, trusting, and close relationship with someone before I can even think about having sex with them. So him breaking my boundary has really hurt me and I've lost my trust in him. However, everyone I have talked to about the situation says that what he did was hilarious. And I have been told by multiple people that I'm overreacting, which is why I decided to go to Reddit. We have built a strong relationship and I really saw myself marrying him one day. I fully trusted him and now I don't know if I ever can again. Should we break up, or can we fix this and stay together? I'm lost, so I'd appreciate any advice. Thanks. The magic is gone. It's time for you to disappear. This feels like an episode of Arrested Development. I know this is bullshit, but I really want it to be true. If only there was video evidence with a Benny Hill soundtrack. The Alliance of Magicians is not going to be happy about this. I can't tell if the post or the comments are I, or both maybe. Him putting things inside of you, which you have clearly stated you don't want, is actually sexual assault. Whenever I'm F37, sick, my husband, M40, always gets sick too. Why? So I'm a stay-at-home mom, work part-time from home while raising our 3 kids under 8. It's full on, especially as 2 of them have medical stuff. But I'm lucky to stay home with them. I take care of all the house and kid stuff and my husband works. If I'm sick with a cold, I suck it up and just carry on. But there have been maybe 3-4 times in the past 8 years where I've been really sick. One of them this weekend. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of family support near us. I came down with mastitis, which is obviously not contagious to my husband. But I needed his help with the family. All of a sudden he develops a terrible headache and a sore throat and says he can't really help. He does a few things, chucks something in the oven for dinner. Puts on a load of washing, which ended up ruining all the baby's clothes. Emptied the dishwasher once. Took one of the 3 kids out to the shop. But everything he's grumpy about. I have been in no state to argue and I don't want to be nitpicking him. But this has happened before and it feels like I can't get any rest to get better. When he's sick I take all 3 kids out, let him rest, carry on doing everything around the house etc. Is there a way I can bring this up? Maybe he is sick, but I'm definitely worse right now and need to rest and need his help. Before you reveal next time that you're sick, ask him how he's feeling first. Make him establish that he's just fine. Because he is. You know why. He resents having to do your job. The resentment turns into a headache, and he imagines himself worse than he is so that he has an excuse to not do anything. He doesn't believe that these 3 children he helped bring into the world are his responsibility. Because he's punishing you for daring to get sick. He values his time and life more than he does yours, and thinks he shouldn't have to do menial housework or child care tasks because that's your job. He's not sick. He's punishing you for needing his help. TBH, no, there is no way for you to bring this up. What he is doing is deeply passive-aggressive, and people choose passive-aggressive strategies precisely to prevent the other person from pointing out their behavior. If you bring it up, he will just say, "Why can't I be sick if you can get sick?" Or, "I guess my sickness isn't as important as yours." You can't win. Please know that this is a deeply problematic behavior he is exhibiting. It is right out of the narcissist's playbook. It is manipulative and it stems from a place of resentment. And it actively punishes you for being sick and allows him to shirk his basic responsibilities as a partner and father. He literally ruined your baby's clothes because he had to wash clothes. You got a big problem here. The pressure for women to remove themselves from the workforce and become utterly dependent on men like children includes brainwashing us into trying to believe we are lucky to be in that dangerous, scary situation. You're not lucky to be an unpaid domestic servant who's being taken advantage of by your spouse. He doesn't want you to be financially independent because then you'll have the leverage to demand fair treatment. Just a reminder that being a stay-at-home mom benefits no one but the husband. No, it doesn't even benefit the children, as much as we're trained never to admit that. Children benefit from a compassionate caregiver arrangement, which can come in many forms, and a mother who is healthy and whole. Do I, 20M, dump girlfriend, 19F, over crying after a night out? I met girlfriend on Tinder about 3 months ago. We clicked instantly on Tinder. I could buy her pics that she was my type and we had a lot in common, same shows, both like soccer, same music preference, and had fun messaging until she asked me how tall I was. She was pretty upfront about preferring dudes who are 6 feet 0 inches or taller. I told her I was 5 feet 8 and asked if it was done for me after that. She said she liked talking to me and that I was cute enough for her to look past my height. We went on a few dates in real life and clicked even better than we did online. We decided to become exclusive after a few weeks of seeing each other. A week ago we went out to eat with her friends and their BFS. I'd met some of her friends before but this was the first time I met their BFS too. The dinner went fine and all the guys were pretty cool. The only thing I did notice was that they were tall as fuck and I was by far the shortest. I didn't really care but I did notice it. WTV. Anyway, after the dinner, me and my girlfriend walked back to her apartment and she was quieter than usual and a bit short with me. I asked what was wrong. I thought maybe I said SMTH dumb during the dinner but she said she wasn't mad over anything I did. After we entered her apartment, she did open up. She said that me being so much shorter than her friend's BFS made her feel some sort of way. I asked her what the fuck did she mean by that and she said she couldn't explain it. I asked her if she was embarrassed over me being short and she said no but it was just she's used to dating tall dudes and started crying. I mentioned her telling me that she's gotten over her height preference and she said she knows and that she felt bad about still feeling this way. She just kept saying sorry and crying. So I got mad a little and said I was leaving. She asked me to stay and I said SMTH I regret. I told her to go FK herself and left her apartment. She's been calling and texting me since our fight. We talked on the phone once but I haven't responded to any of her texts. She's apologized daily and said she's sorry for hurting my feelings. She claims that she hasn't ever liked a guy as much as me but I DK if I'm being dramatic but I just feel low-key kinda worthless and I'm considering ending things but I DK because I haven't liked a girl as much as I liked her but I DK if I should be with someone this obsessed with height. Like who cries over their boyfriend being shorter than their friend's BFS? IDK. I'm closer to breaking up, but she's been apologizing so much I think maybe I should give her a second chance. Like who cries over their boyfriend being shorter than their friend's BFS? Mean and shallow people do. My boyfriend is also 5 feet 8 and we're the same height. I've always dated taller men and my friends also all have tall boyfriends. I don't give his height a second thought ever, that's how it should be. You're valid for leaving. Jesus dude, leave this girl. She said she liked talking to me and that I was cute enough for her to look past my height. I think you should be looking somewhere else. The measure of greatness is not found on a ruler. So she was fine with your height until she saw other tall guys with her friends? This is such a red flag. It's not even a preference, she thinks there's something to be embarrassed about when she's dating someone short. Dump her. What a mean and shallow person. WTAF. My dude, I am married to a short king, 5 feet 4 inches, and I couldn't care less. The right girl will value you and not care about some shallow aesthetic. Sheesh. She sounds super unstable, crying at you is just manipulation. You deserve better. 5 feet 8 inches is not tall, but it's not short either. Someone that thinks they are better than you while you're dating is trash that you don't need. My 20F boyfriend, 22M, wants me to dress like a middle-aged woman. Recently my boyfriend has made it clear that he does not like the way that I dress. I asked him what he would prefer I wear. He showed me pictures of his cousin's wife explaining that he thinks she dresses well. She has kids and is somewhat older than me. I can understand him wanting me to dress more conservatively, but it's not just that. The clothes he picks out for me are all things an older woman would wear. I just don't feel confident in the things he picks out and I feel as if it would look odd for me to go out dressed like that. Next weekend he wants to take me to his sister's wedding. I picked out a dress and he said that he disliked it because it was too frilly. I had a feeling about what he wanted me to wear, so I looked up mother of the bride dresses and showed him, and he said he preferred and liked those options. This seems so odd to me. I feel like a sack of potatoes in the clothes he wants me in. It makes me not want to go to this wedding with him at all. Can anyone explain where he is coming from so I can understand? How do we find middle ground? I feel upset by the way he wants me to dress as it makes me feel very aged and ugly. Is this an overreaction on my part? What do you mean middle ground? Why are you letting your boyfriend dress you? Is this what women do now? The quote by Trevor Noah comes to mind. The way my mother always explained it, the traditional man wants a woman to be subservient, but he never falls in love with subservient women. He's attracted to independent women. He's like an exotic bird collector, she said. He only wants a woman who is free because his dream is to put her in a cage. He is simply trying to control you and break down your self-esteem. You're too damn young for that type of nonsense. Next time he makes a suggestion, tell him you want him in a thong and tube top. And if he won't do that, he can shut up with his suggestions. If he doesn't like you as you are, why did he start dating you? Wear what you want. Is there a jealousy issue here? Does he want to keep you from the male gaze? A partner who gets controlling will get worse. It's not an overreaction. I would really encourage you to reevaluate this relationship. Girl 1 would assume he started dating you knowing how you dress. Which means he started dating you with the intention of changing you to his ideal version of a woman. Tell him very plainly that you dress how you like, you dress for you. And he doesn't have to like it, but he does have to accept it. And if it's a deal breaker for him, he knows where the door is. Seriously, if you cave on this, it will only be the beginning. Don't date men that see you as moldable clay.